Tired of soggy leftovers and cluttered countertops filled with single-use kitchen gadgets? Today, we are finding the ultimate kitchen powerhouse that will change the way you cook forever. I have spent the last few weeks rigorously testing the top contenders on the market, putting them through their paces by baking delicate pastries, roasting whole chickens, and air-frying mountains of frozen fries to find out the truth. Stick around until the end, because the #1 spot completely blew my expectations out of the water, and it might just be the exact appliance you've been searching for to revolutionize your daily meal prep. Seven. Elite Gourmet ETO 4510M. When I first unboxed the Elite Gourmet, I was immediately drawn to its massive size and the unique double French door design. It definitely looks like a commercial piece of equipment that means business, and the sheer volume of space inside is undeniably impressive. You can fit multiple pizzas, a massive roast, or several trays of vegetables in here without having to play Tetris with your food. The idea of opening both doors with a single pull is a neat concept, making it easy to slide heavy baking sheets in and out with one hand while holding a hot pad in the other. However, as soon as I started putting it through everyday cooking tasks, the initial charm began to wear off quite a bit. The French door design, while visually appealing and convenient, creates a noticeable gap where the two glass doors meet in the center. During my testing, I realized this gap allows a significant amount of heat to escape, which severely impacts the oven's ability to maintain a consistent internal temperature. When I tried roasting a whole chicken, the side facing the back of the oven cooked much faster than the side near the front doors, forcing me to constantly rotate the pan to avoid serving a bird that was half burnt and half raw. The controls on the Elite Gourmet are entirely analog, relying on physical turn dials for temperature, function, and the timer. While some people love the simplicity of old-school dials, I found these to be incredibly imprecise. The tick marks on the temperature dial are spaced too far apart, making it little more than a guessing game if a recipe requires a highly specific baking temperature, like 375 degrees. 6. BLACK+DECKER Crisp and Bake Air Fryer Oven. Moving on to a brand that almost everyone recognizes, the BLACK+DECKER attempts to bring affordable air frying capabilities to a compact, traditional toaster oven footprint. It takes up significantly less space than the Elite Gourmet, making it an attractive option for college dorms, small apartments, or kitchens where counter real estate is at a premium. The inclusion of a dedicated air fry basket and a specific setting for it shows that the brand is trying to adapt to modern cooking trends. When I used it to make a batch of frozen mozzarella sticks and chicken nuggets, the convection fan certainly generated enough airflow to crisp up the exterior of the food. The air fry mesh tray works well to let air circulate underneath your ingredients, which is crucial for achieving that signature deep-fried crunch without the oil. For simple, straight-out-of-the-freezer snacks, the Crisp and Bake gets up to temperature quickly and delivers a decent crunch in a relatively short amount of time. However, the aggressive heating elements in this little oven ended up being one of its biggest downfalls during my testing. This oven runs incredibly hot, far hotter than the dial indicates. When I attempted to bake a standard batch of chocolate chip cookies at 350 degrees, the bottoms were entirely scorched before the centers had even finished setting. I had to buy an independent oven thermometer just to figure out how far off the internal thermostat was, and I consistently found it running 20 to 30 degrees higher than my setting. You have to aggressively babysit this oven to prevent your food from turning to charcoal. Just like the Elite Gourmet, the BLACK+DECKER relies on manual dials, but the design here is somehow even more cumbersome. 5. Nuwave Bravo Pro. This oven completely ditches the vague analog dials of the previous models in favor of a sleek, highly detailed digital control panel. What immediately impressed me during my testing was the sheer range of temperature control. You can set this oven anywhere from a gentle 50 degrees Fahrenheit all the way up to a blistering 500 degrees, making it incredibly versatile for everything from dehydrating herbs to searing steaks. One of the standout features of the Bravo Pro is the integrated digital temperature probe. This is an absolute game changer for cooking meats. Instead of guessing when your pork tenderloin or whole chicken is done, you simply insert the probe, Set your desired internal temperature on the screen, and the oven automatically adjusts its heat and shuts off the moment your food is perfectly cooked. I tested this with a thick ribeye steak, and it yielded a flawless medium-rare center without me having to open the door once to check on it. The convection fan inside the Nuwave is surprisingly quiet yet powerful. It circulates the heat very evenly, which was a massive relief after the hot spots I experienced with the earlier models. When I loaded up the air fry basket with hand-cut sweet potato fries, they came out evenly browned on all sides, with a satisfying crunch and a soft, fluffy interior. The top and bottom heating elements can even be controlled independently, giving you a level of customization that is rare at this price point. The only minor hurdle with the Bravo Pro is the learning curve associated with its control panel. Four, Breville BOV845BSS. From the moment you place it on your counter, the brushed stainless steel finish and robust, weighty door handle exude a level of craftsmanship that the cheaper models completely lack. It feels like a high-end appliance, and the intuitive digital display with clearly marked dials makes it a joy to interact with right out of the box. The secret weapon of this Breville oven is their proprietary Element IQ system. Instead of just turning heating coils on and off blindly, the oven intelligently transfers heat across 5 independent quartz heating elements to provide precise, stable heat exactly where and when it's needed. When I tested this by baking a full tray of biscuits, the results were stunning. Every single biscuit, from the ones in the dead center to the ones in the far corners, rose evenly and achieved the exact same golden brown crust. The thermal stability here is simply unmatched by lesser brands. While this specific model isn't branded strictly as an air fryer, its powerful convection setting combined with a high temperature acts exactly like one. By placing a wire rack or an aftermarket mesh tray inside, the high-speed fan effortlessly mimics the results of a dedicated air fryer. I was able to get incredibly crispy chicken wings using the convection roast setting without dealing with the mess of deep frying. It proves that great airflow and consistent heat are what truly matter. Another feature I absolutely loved during my testing was the slow cook function. You can actually place a heavy Dutch oven directly inside the Breville, set it to slow cook for up to 10 hours, and the oven will automatically switch to a keep warm cycle when it's done. 3. Martha Stewart French Door Air Fryer Oven. Right away, the design catches your eye. The elegant French doors open simultaneously with a smooth, satisfying glide, making it incredibly easy to load heavy casserole dishes without a hot door resting dangerously near your wrists. Unlike the Elite Gourmet, the doors on this model fit snugly together, maintaining an excellent seal that traps the heat right where it belongs. Beyond its gorgeous looks, this oven boasts a massive interior capacity that makes it a true powerhouse for family cooking. It easily accommodates a standard 9x13 baking dish or a 12-inch pizza. During my testing, I was able to cook an entire sheet pan dinner of sausage and roasted vegetables on one rack, while simultaneously air frying garlic bread on the rack below. The spaciousness completely eliminates the need to cook in annoying, time-consuming batches. The digital interface is exceptionally user-friendly, offering a wide array of presets that genuinely work. The dedicated air fry setting engages a high-velocity fan that whips superheated air around the cavity with impressive force. When I tested a large batch of homemade breaded chicken tenders, the Martha Stewart oven produced a phenomenally crispy exterior that rivaled traditional frying, while keeping the chicken inside incredibly juicy. The included air fry basket is large, sturdy, and very easy to clean. I was also incredibly impressed by the baking capabilities of this machine. Because the heat retention is so solid and the fan operates so smoothly, it functions brilliantly as a secondary pastry oven. I baked a delicate lemon pound cake inside, and the crust developed perfectly without any uneven doming or burning on the edges. 2. Breville BOV900BSS. This thing is an absolute beast in the best way possible. It takes everything that made the previous Breville model great and supercharges it. The build quality is impeccable, the interior capacity is staggering, capable of holding a 14-pound turkey, and the feature list reads like a professional chef's wish list. The magic of the BOV900BSS lies in its super convection technology. While standard convection ovens have a single fan speed, this model features a 2-speed fan that can be kicked into a high-velocity mode specifically for air frying and dehydrating. When you engage the super convection, the volume of air moving inside the chamber is immense. I cooked a massive tray of Brussels sprouts and bacon, and the high-speed air caramelized the vegetables perfectly in half the time it would take in a standard wall oven. The air fry results are genuinely flawless. Dehydrating is another area where this oven shines brilliantly. Because of the massive space and precise temperature control, you can stack up to 4 mesh racks inside to dehydrate massive batches of beef jerky, apple chips, or fresh herbs from the garden. The low and slow temperature stability is phenomenal, running for up to 72 hours without a single hiccup. I made a batch of spicy beef jerky that came out perfectly even, completely saving me from having to buy a standalone dehydrator. During my testing, the proofing function was an unexpected delight. As someone who loves baking homemade bread, finding a warm, draft-free spot in the kitchen can be tough. This oven has a dedicated proofing preset that holds a gentle low temperature, allowing yeast dough to rise beautifully. Ninja DCT451. Ninja has introduced a revolutionary dual oven design with a flex door that completely changes the game. It essentially gives you 2 independent ovens in the footprint of one. You can open the top half to access a compact rapid cook oven, or open the full door to use the massive convection chamber below. It is the ultimate multitasking miracle for busy weeknight dinners. The most mind-blowing aspect of the Ninja is the flavor seal technology. I was highly skeptical that you could cook 2 entirely different foods at 2 different temperatures without the flavors bleeding together, but Ninja has absolutely nailed it. In my testing, I baked a delicate, sweet blackberry cobbler in the top oven at 325 degrees while simultaneously air frying a pungent batch of garlic Parmesan chicken wings in the bottom oven at 400 degrees. The cobbler came out perfectly sweet with 0 hint of garlic or chicken fat. It is genuine culinary magic. Just like the Nuwave, the Ninja DCT451 includes a built-in smart thermometer, but Ninja's integration feels much more refined. It ties directly into the dual-zone cooking brain of the oven. You can tell the oven you want your salmon perfectly medium in the bottom zone and tell it to bake asparagus in the top zone, and the Smart Finish feature will perfectly time both zones so that your entire meal finishes at the exact same second. No more serving cold sides while waiting for the main course to finish resting. The sheer speed of this oven is remarkable. Because the top zone is incredibly compact, it preheats in barely a minute. It blasts frozen snacks, bagels, and toast with intense concentrated heat.